This is the doubleoak climb. County Road 41 right here. Tricky left. One more car coming. They can squeeze by if they go. Come on. Alright, one more car. That's about as bad as we can get. A lot of times I could time that. So yeah, here's just narrate the climb here. Starts out real gradual, about 1/10 of a mile. Then you have this first little ramp, about 15% max. You get a little bit of a break before it gets up to just under 20%. And then it steadies out at about 10 for a little while. So it's really, that's right when you're starting to go at the grade that they selected up the side of the mountain. This is just straight into the mountain. Yeah, this next 20% section is exactly the steepest way you could have put a road. But, you know, I guess it's all fine. It makes it fun on the way back down. But then we turn and we start to angle up at a gentler gradient, 10%. There's 20% right there. Just for a second though. Yeah, and then through here, you can see this is kind of at an angle. And this is 8% right here, but of course it's going to kick up right there. It's about 10, 12. And then it rolls just a little bit, it flattens deeper. That was 15% right there. It's funny how your mind will average some of these together, the flatter with the steeper. Oh, and I think I am going to go straight to the cliffs today. Yeah, Yeah. So that's not, I don't even know if the segment will match up for the Cat 3 climb. It might. It's really not that far off, of course. It is a long climb, about 3 miles. Pinch flatted right there, that little stretch. Right. So I'm careful through there. Now, the strategy right here is just keep going. Just kind of go right through the middle. You have some towers at the top, so you occasionally get some workers up here. So occasionally that gets pretty open. But my KOM on both the climb and the descent are when the gate's closed. And which makes sense because the odds of timing a hard effort with the gate being open are so low. It's going to be hard to touch that descent time now because the road has degraded much more than when I set that time. This is the steepest part of the whole climb. I used to think it was about 24%, but I think my iBike was not calibrated correctly because it's more consistently hitting the 22, 23. Right up here. So that's it right there. That is the steepest section. The other thing is 23. 23.2. So that's the steepest bit of the whole climb. You actually have some rollers off to the left to continue the climb. But today, I'm going to go straight to the cliff, which involves some off-road fun. The key thing is you just got to believe that your tires will hold. Because especially this time of year, it is so leaf covered. Now, I am perfect on this for a long time now. Today will probably be the first day that I don't clear it. In probably a year. A little bit of roots right there. And then you kind of stay to the right. This is a trail, but it also has a creek runoff. Ooh. I got off track there, so I'm just gonna believe. Oh yeah, a little bit of momentum. There we go. That is not the line. The line is to the right. But like I said, you just have to believe that if you keep on pushing hard, the tires will grab onto something. And this up here at the end, the last little tricky bit, very rocky. And that's about as far as you can ride. I guess if you did trials, you could come on over here and hop on over. But I think I'm going to leave it at walking here. Oh, so you can see why this is called the cliffs. We're on a little 50-foot cliff here. And then very steep. Even below the cliff, I mean, the gradient there's probably close to 100%, 45 degrees. Oh, wow. The lighting is right today. There's a little white dot. I'm not sure that's going to come out in the video, but that's the weather radar, and that's where the end of the Cat 3 segment is, straight over that way. So what you're looking at here is Penitentiary Ridge, center frame right now, the far ridge. And then this is actually taller, even though it doesn't look like it. This is Signal Mountain, and it is just under 1,600 feet. And where we're going is just under 1,500 feet, so it's about 100 feet lower. And where we're at right now is, I think it's right at 1,300 feet. I'm reading 1,260, but I think we're actually at 1,300 right now. And then I'm not sure what's going to come out in the video, but that's, you're looking straight towards Columbiana, and Chelsea kind of in the foreground. The Columbiana Towers ride, those ridges are the bigger one with the towers on it. There's no way that comes out in the video. There's some towers. It's not the near ridge, it's kind of halfway to the really far stuff. And then the really far stuff is the Skyway Epic, Brent Marshall's race. Goes right across the top up there, and the far stuff. And then Cheehaw is off to the left, you can't see it. I think that's Horner Mountain, or Horn Mountain. I think that's Horn Mountain that you can just barely see, but Cheehaw is going to be back here behind Signal Mountain. My rear tire is patched, and it looks like it's holding. It held all through that, so I feel pretty good. All right, and this is County Road 41 in the valley. I think it's so cool you can't even see it, but it runs right through the valley there. I think there's a car that just went by right there. That's County Road 41. What's crazy is how flat that road is, given the ruggedness of the terrain here. You've got a road that runs right through the valley, and that's unusual for Birmingham. That's where the high mountains, you know, in the high mountains, you get a lot of flat roads because you're running through all these valleys. Well, in Birmingham, you just go straight up the hills. So it's rare to have hills this big. This is unusual for this part. And then the other thing is to have a valley road, a true valley road. Pretty rare. But that's what County Road 41 and 43. Oh yeah, I said 41. That's actually County Road 43 right there. You can make a loop out of it. Very popular cycling road. But I myself prefer the much steeper stuff, so I avoid those roads when I can. Sometimes you have to include them in rides though, just to get somewhere. Anyway, I just love this view here. That's what makes Birmingham such a great place, is there's something for everyone. Great place to ride. Now back here, I'll say one more thing and then stop this video. Very carefully turn around. That tree looks like it was struck by lightning. I think it was. Split right down the middle and it looks burnt. So we call that the lightning tree. You can climb up the back over to those rocks. Anyway, love it up here. Actually, I think I'm just going to keep going with the video, get the descent. I mean, just back to the main road. I still have to finish the original climb. Alright. You kind of start right here. If you're ever trying to recreate any of this, you kind of start right here. Avoid these big rocks right here at the beginning and then just ride straight. Well, you know what? That was not straight. rocks are not where they have been. Alright, so now I will show the proper line that I should have taken on the climb, but I kind of got thrown into the middle rut. The proper line on the way back down is to stay far left, and you can easily maintain that. It's just a little tricky. There's some roots towards the middle on the way up that kind of pop you over to the right. So you're off the trail here, and then stay just on the edge on the left, and then through this tree, and then just right along the left here. This is where I got popped over on the way up, and it really should not have been that big a deal. It's just a matter of getting your weight correct. And then this is all clean through here, and then it's super tricky at the bottom because it's sandy and there are large rocks, and I think holes too. Although it looks like, wow, yeah, they've been out here. These are newer tracks, and it's all hard packed right now. That was actually much easier to make that right turn than normal. Normally that right turn involves at least a little bit of a slide out, plus hitting one rock. The story about that glass right there, they had a tractor parked up here, and it was blocking the road, the trail. It was blocking the trail back there. And I came up one day, and the tractor was gone, and all that was left was a bunch of glass there. So I think somebody must have smashed the window, which really sucks, because don't want to piss off the property owners up here. So I don't know why anyone would do that. There's a lot of rocks through here. Rocks and acorns. There's a couple of good lines. I feel like my flat to number of climbs up here ratio is pretty good, so I think I've got lines figured out. It's basically just variants of middle left, middle right. There's a couple sections where you have to watch out because there's rocks like this right here. You don't want to just randomly run over some of those huge rocks that you can avoid. That's what causes it flat. Some stuff's unavoidable. I mean, you just can't see it because it's a leaf or something, and then you just hope you're light on the bike, you know. This section here is hit or miss. A lot of times it's fast through the right. Oh wow, it's really clear. Yeah, it does make me a little nervous that there's either people up here today, there's been a lot of people up here, and I try and come up here at off times when I'm hoping there's nobody up here, because I don't want to bother anybody. My philosophy with the hunters is, they're not supposed to hunt over here. So I like to think I'm scared of the deer to lose them. So I'm actually helping them out. I think the main hunting goes on in the back of the property, past the towers. You basically want to avoid from November until February. Rocky ones where you're gonna hit something. through this line is actually to take the gravel sections on the right through here. Just kind of balance between the weeds. There's one hole right there. And then stay to the right. Ooh, that's gotten worse though. Stay to the right and then come pop up right there. Oops. That one, man, I hit a rock though. That wasn't supposed to happen. About 0.9 miles, I think, from where you crest the first roller, I don't know, from the most recent roller back there to where it starts to get steep again. This part's pretty flat. What's intriguing though is what's happening on the other side of the mountain. There's two ridge lines that are coming together off to the right. We're kind of to the left of all that. So even though we're going pretty flat through here, there's some pretty, like I said before, severe terrain just off to the right. To the 1,300 foot spot on the regular climb. Part of the reason I stopped using my video camera is because I can already see myself spending hours trying to edit this video footage, and if I wasn't videoing right now, that's hours I could spend doing something else. Yeah, 1,300 feet is right around the corner. We're even a little low again. I'm still at 1265. So after going down and back up to 1260 through here, but it should be closer to 1300. One of the, well, I'm pretty sure it is the largest house in Alabama. It's off to the left. At one point it was the largest house for sale in the U.S. Like, I don't know, something ridiculous, like 11,000 square feet or something. It was one of the Hell South executives. We'll go on that helicopter hill later today. But yeah, you can see, oh yeah, you can see it today. All the leaves are off. You can see parts of the house down there. Years ago, I still cannot figure this out for the life of me. It must have been that these trees really have grown quite a bit. But years ago, you could see the guitar-shaped front lawn. The whole front area was shaped like a big guitar. I can't see that anymore. If you're lucky, you can just catch a glimpse of the huge house. This is the first 1,400 foot spot, right across the ridge here. Just barely hit 1,400. And then the next ridge tops out at about 1,480 on some of the rocks. But it's actually this ridge that goes all the way up to 1500 if you continue off to the left. But that's all trail and hunting ground. So I'm just gonna stay on the Tower Road. Alright, this is the Double Oak roller coaster. This is the smaller side, not quite as fast, but I trust the bottom enough to really fly today. It's been so clean. Make it all the way up to here with your momentum. I mean, you're into 15% grade. It's been at least 15 from the bottom. It takes a little while for the devices to adjust. And then this, I think maxes out just under 20, maybe 17, 18. I mean, it's definitely 20 in the corner up there, but the average is less. I'll drop my backpack off at the top. Just do some repeats without all that extra weight. So up here there's a weather radar and a cell phone tower, and I think some of the microwave towers are still being used, but some of them are all broken down. Flaps. The bottom one's cover is off. The gate's still open. Intriguing. What happened to that? Well, I'm going to start a new video.